Hey love, and welcome back to another video. I am Pauline, your lock educator. In this video, we're talking about hydration on low porosity locks. All right, let's get into it. So first, let me go ahead and talk about what is low porosity. Okay, so low porosity is simple. It's pretty much your cuticles are laid flat. It is not open. Cuticles is tightly closed. So what that means is water doesn't enter low porosity hair easily, because the cuticles are closed or lay flat, making it difficult for water to enter. Because water doesn't enter easily, products end up pretty much just sitting on the outside of the cuticle. Because that water is not welcome, it just takes a little bit longer to get the hair fully wet. It takes longer for the hair to really dry, so it doesn't dry quickly. So for those of you with low porosity locks, and then you got a lot of locks, don't be washing your hair at night. That's a tip. Don't be washing your hair at night, because baby, you're gonna be frustrated. Like, I can't go to sleep until this thing dry, and if I do go to sleep while it's wet, I might get mildew built, so just be mindful of that, right? And so you might be thinking, then why am I experiencing dryness with low porosity locks? And the thing is, it's not dry because it's damaged or you've done something wrong. It's just because because it's harder for water to get in, it is causing your strands to be dry because it's not getting any hydration, right? So that is the issue with people with low porosity hair. Your hair is feeling dry because water and everything struggles to get in, or have a hard time to get in, period, unless you do something about it. So we're going to go into how to hydrate your low porosity locks. So we've already talked about low porosity, so let's get into the steps. So for this, I'm just going to keep it simple, right? Because we're just talking about one factor of the hair. The hair has multiple factors to consider, but we're just talking about one factor of the hair, which is low porosity today, okay? So when you're dealing with low porosity hair and you want to hydrate it, first you want to get your locks cleaned very well, okay? You always want to cleanse first to start the hydration process. And the reason why I'm stressing cleansing your hair really well before we even try to hydrate is because low porosity hair cannot hydrate properly through buildup. If you have buildup, you can forget it, okay? Because your cuticles are already closed, right? And then you have buildup on top of it. Where you think that hydration going? It's not going anywhere, because now you're creating two barriers for water to enter. You already have the low flat cuticle, and then you have product buildup, which is probably like oils and butters and different things like that. And so then you're thinking about, oh, let me hydrate. It's not going anywhere because you've created, now you have two barriers that the water have to fight through to enter. So we have to cleanse the hair really well to remove the buildup. And you will cleanse with a clarifying shampoo, deep cleansing shampoo, to remove the buildup before we can even hydrate. So if you're layering with oils, butters, gels, foam, any type of creams, I don't know why you would, but I'm mentioning it because I know some people do. If you're doing all of that, you are blocking water from entering your hair strands. If your loctician retightens with product, because some people retighten with product to get the smoothness, the sleekness, the whatever, right? To reduce the flyaways, to get the beautiful Instagram picture, video reel. I get it. If that's what's going on with your hair, cleanse, okay? So clarify when needed. Use light formulas when it comes to cleansing the hair. And when you're cleansing your hair, if you start off with putting water on your hair and it kind of beads up, like the little water bubbles, it beads up on your hair, that means there's buildup, there's oils, your cuticles are flat, so it's making it even more difficult for water to enter. So we have to clarify. So next step, after you're done clarifying or cleansing your hair, I forgot to mention this. When you're clarifying and cleansing, make sure you use warm water, okay? So warm water helps to relax the cuticles. Heat helps to gently lift the cuticles so water can enter, right? So remove the buildup. And then when you go to rinse the shampoo, the clarifying shampoo and all that other stuff, rinse with warm water, because heat is going to cause the cuticles to gently lift to allow products to enter. That's why I always recommend that people shampoo at least 2 times. Because your first shampoo, it's like removing the buildup on the hair, on the scalp. The second shampoo, it's like really going in to do its thing, right? Because now we've removed the buildup. We've used the warm water to heat, soften, and to relax the cuticles to get it to open up. Now that second shampoo can really go in and do its thing and help with elasticity, help with softness and all of that. Some of the heat techniques you can use to help with softening, and not softening, but loosening up the cuticle and help it to open up so water and other things can enter, is warm water, steam treatment, a warm hot towel wrap to wrap the hair with to help. Even some of y'all take really hot showers. Those who are taking really hot showers, that hot steam will help open up and lift the cuticle to get the products in as well. So I definitely recommend warm water, because cold water on low porosity hair is just going to provide minimal penetration and is going to resist a little bit more. All right, so now we've cleansed with the clarifying shampoo. We rinse with the warm water. Your second shampoo, let your second shampoo be a hydrating. If you have mature locks, let your second shampoo be a hydrating shampoo, because baby, this is where the magic happens. It's going in and doing everything it can. If you're not using a hydrating shampoo, you can hydrate with a water-based product, right? But I definitely recommend hydrating shampoo. And if you're saying, but what's a water-based product? I would say the first ingredient should be water. If the first ingredient isn't water, then that's not necessarily a hydrating shampoo. Because keep in mind, hydration, water. So we need the first ingredient to be water. And another reason why I say hydrate with a water-based product, if you're a mature lock, you can use the hydrating shampoo after clarifying. But if you are newly locked, you're going to use the clarifying shampoo and you're not going to use another type of shampoo. So if you want to clarify twice, you can. If you want to use your gentle cleansing shampoo, you can. But because you're not able to do a rinse out conditioner or anything like that, your leave-in conditioner, let it be a water-based product. So the main content, the main ingredient of the water-based product should be water. It will say aqua. And it might be different types of water, purified water, distilled water, whatever. It just needs to be water. So if you are newly locked and you're just gonna clarify and then you wanna mist it with a hydrating product, use a water-based product. So that would be like your leave-in conditioner, hydrating mist. Even with the leave-in conditioner, make sure it's a hydrating leave-in conditioner, not a moisturizing leave-in conditioner. So it could be your hydrating mist, it could be rose water, those type of things you can use if you are newly locked, okay? In general, when you're thinking about your hydrating product, just think about very lightweight, okay? The lighter, the better, because thicker products for our locks is just going to create buildup. And the beauty with low porosity locks is that it does not require a lot of heavy sealing, because it's already low porosity. The water isn't escaping easily, right? Because once you done lifted the cuticles gently and got the stuff in there, it's not going to run off, right? It's not running. So because of that, you don't need no heavy sealing products or anything like that with your low porosity hair. So literally a moisturizing leave-in conditioner can be like your final step to sealing that hydrating. So, and if you decide to hydrate and moisturize, hydrate with a mist, right? Like a spraying mist for your locks, and then you moisturize with like a misting leave-in conditioner. You're layering and it's okay. The thing is, with low porosity, you don't need to be doing much with your hair throughout the week. So once you seal it with a moisturizing conditioner, leave-in conditioner, or maybe a like smoothing mist or something like that, there's nothing else to do to your hair until you wash it again. Now, if you know you don't wash your hair often, if you're shampooing your hair once a month, I would hydrate and I wouldn't even seal it, but I know every couple of days I'm going to just rehydrate, because you don't want to seal it. Because now if you seal it, you're just putting product on product. Now you're creating buildup, right? And nothing's penetrating. So that there's no point of adding additional product every a couple of days, because you're calling yourself, I'm trying to keep my hair soft, I'm trying to keep my moisturized or whatever. With low porosity, once you hydrate and you seal it, there's nothing else to do until you shampoo it again. That's why I recommend shampooing your hair either weekly or every other week, because you're creating a routine for your hair. But if you're not going to do that, once you hydrate, seal, leave it alone. Anything else, you'll be wasting products and creating buildup and stiffness with your locks. So, okay, quick review for hydrating your low porosity locks, right? You want to first cleanse your hair, use heat to gently lift the cuticles to get the products in, right? Hydrate your hair with water-based products. And then once you're done with that, seal it very lightly with nothing heavy. Avoid butters and creams and heavy oils and different things like that. Just seal it very lightly to help hydrate your locks. That's all you should be doing with your low porosity locks. Okay. All right. So signs that your low porosity hair is dehydrated. Let's review them quickly, so I'm not being too long-winded in this video. All right. Your hair feels stiff even after you oil your hair. Products sit on top of the hair, feeling greasy, but still dry. So you know how something can feel greasy, but not nourished? Yeah. So products is just sitting on top. You might have white residue will appear easily on your lock strands, especially if you go to reapply and you're seeing more white residue. There's a lot of buildup there. It's dehydrated. Locks feel coated but not soft. And how that's going to feel like, you'll feel like a thick film over your locks, and it's not feeling soft. So if you're feeling that it's too coated, it's dehydrated, it needs hydration, okay? Your hair is taking forever to absorb water, even if you're missing it, like if you're missing it throughout the week or whatever. You know, those are signs that your low porosity hair is dehydrated. So overall, your low porosity hair isn't dry because it lacks oil. It is dry because it is struggling to absorb water. So instead of adding more products, focus on helping water to get in, and the cleaner the hair, the better. Use warm water, hydrate with water-based products, and seal your hair very lightly. I recommend get on a regular shampooing schedule for your locks to keep it healthy and hydrated even when it's low porosity. It is very possible to keep your low porosity hair hydrated. You just have to know the steps, know the process, and stick with it, okay? So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Let me know if you are a low porosity girly, what works for you, what doesn't. Also, if you are a loctician, I am having a Locpreneur Experience seminar, April 17th through the 19th. Please get registered. The link will be in the description. If you have watched this video, you're like, okay, that's great. Thank you for the information. We talked about one factor of the locks, but there are other factors I like to delve into and get support with. If you need that one-on-one support, I do have virtual consultations available. You can book a virtual consultation where we go step by step and talk about your hair, what it needs, and create a regimen for you. If you need support other than a virtual consultation or anything like that, I do have a YouTube membership where I go in and give deeper additional support to the individuals in that group. So you can join the membership or you can book a virtual consultation. Either way, I am here to support you and hope one of those options work for you. And I will see you in the next video.